Elijah Ware here with Tom Sacco at Ryeneck High School as the Panthers get set to take on Alexander Hamilton in this girls basketball matchup. What do you expect to see out here, Tom?
I think it's going to be a pretty competitive game. These two teams haven't played yet this year. They both have pretty similar records, so I'm expecting a pretty close game, not a blowout either way.
Okay. Ryeneck comes in at 4-7, Alexander Hamilton at 3-8, so it should be a good one. We'll have your opening tip-off coming up next. Back here for the opening tip-off alongside Tom Sacco. I'm Elijah Ware as Ryeneck gets set to take the opening tip. Taking the tip for Ryeneck is Maura Gabrielle, and she does indeed win the tip against Akila Smith. It's now Ryeneck as they try to go backdoor, but it's stolen by Alexa Charles, and she fumbles the ball, gets it back, and scores. So she gets her team on the board with the first 2 points in the game. And it looks like Alexander Hamilton is going to be playing full court press the entire game.
Yep, it looks like they're going to be playing aggressive defense here. That was a good heads-up play from Alexander Hamilton there. She fumbled the ball, but her teammate was there to pick it up for her. Not miss that opportunity.
So the freshman, Alexa Charles, is at the point as Alexander Hamilton swings the ball back around to Charles. She passes it up top to Preston as they keep swinging the ball around. Back to Charles. Charles drives, gets in the paint and misses the layup. She didn't have a good angle there. But the shot clock does reset as Charles is on the block. She puts one up, passes it to Preston, and the referee calls 3 seconds. So a turnover there for Alexander Hamilton.
Had some good rebounding effort there, but that 3-second at the end kind of ended that possession in a bad way.
So Alexander Hamilton with a good crossover, but stolen away. And it's Charles again with another steal. And this looks like it was a bad call from the referee. He called a travel, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one. I thought it might have been an and one at first, but.
So 2-0. Alexander Hamilton on top. As Ryeneck tries to find a way around this full court man-to-man that Alexander Hamilton is playing. And this is another steal for Alexander Hamilton. And this time it's Gabby Brown, and she goes in and misses the layup.
Another missed opportunity there. I mean, they're playing great defense so far. Suffocating defense, but they got to finish those opportunities at the rim.
Right. So this is Morgan Parker, and she misses a layup. And it's now Hamilton with the ball again. Charles gets it across the timeline. She makes a pass over to Brown. Brown back up top to Charles. It's now Brown, she pump fakes, takes a shot, and hits it off the glass. And Alexander Hamilton has an early 4-0 lead with under 6 minutes to go here in this first quarter.
Nice shot there. She was covered too. Just banks it off the glass.
So this is a missed layup by Murphy. And this is a 3 ball going up, but missed. And it's now Nashley Charles. As she passes it to her. I'm guessing that's her sister, Nashley and Ashley.
Yeah, I would think so. One's a freshman, one's a senior.
Right. So that was a 10-second violation as Alexander Hamilton nonchalantly tried to get her across the timeline, and they ran out of time. So it's now Ryeneck ball.
The coach was yelling, "Hold it," for them to slow it down, but I think they were just a bit too slow.
Right. And Ryeneck finally gets on the board with 5:18 left to go. And scoring that bucket was Carissa Pachia. And this one swung over to Charles on the left wing, back into the paint, and that is missed. And a rebound from Ashley Charles, and she gets an and one. So she's been very aggressive here to start this game.
Great job of crashing the boards so far this whole quarter from Alexander Hamilton.
And she's crashing the boards from the point guard position.
Yeah, it's not something you see too often, especially, you know, high school.
Right. But you see all throughout basketball, it's really becoming a positionless game. No matter what position you're playing, you can really do whatever you want on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. We're seeing a lot more point guards who can rebound, who can do everything.
And this is another steal from Alexander Hamilton. It's Ashley Charles again. She goes in for the layup, and she scores. And Rydneck is having big trouble with the pressure from Alexander Hamilton, in specific Ashley Charles, as she's been heckling the Rydneck offense. We'll be right back after the timeout with LMC Varsity Sports. So after the quick 30-second timeout from Rydneck, Coach Sean Lincoln, Rydneck tries to get under control with the pressure being applied from Alexander Hamilton. It's now Maura Gabrielle. She takes it into the paint. She's nearly stripped, and this is a foul called against Ashley Charles. And this will be taken out underneath the basket. But as you can see, Alexander Hamilton still keeping up the pressure after the timeout.
They're playing very, very aggressive defense, and, you know, it's been working out pretty well for them. I mean, they got a handful of steals already.
Right.
They're definitely causing problems for Rydneck's offense.
So that was a missed, and then a missed layup. And this is a rebound from Ashley Preston, and she makes the outlet pass to Ashley Charles. She drives in, makes a kick-out pass back into Ashley Charles. She makes a spin, but she's stripped. Good defense from Maura Gabrielle. And this is a pass up to Sophia Caparelli, and she takes it in for two. And Rydneck looks like they might be finding their way a little bit as they get 2 points on the board.
Yeah, they're going to have to rely on situations like that on the fast break, since you know, they're having some ball control issues with this aggressive defense.
So this one passed into the high post, kicked out to Ashley Charles, back to the high post, up top, as they look for a crease, and a good pass from up top from Ashley Charles, down low to the big woman, Ashley Preston, and she makes the layup for two. Yep. Preston can really take control of this game.
She could definitely be a matchup problem, I think. I mean, they don't have anybody with, you know, it doesn't seem like the size to really check her if she gets going down low. So this is a foul against Alexander Hamilton. And at the line shooting for Rydneck is Carissa Pachia. With 3:20 left to go here in this first quarter. And the first one is off the back iron. Checking into the game for Rydneck is number 5, Daisha Boswell. She comes in for Gabrielle as Pachia gets set to take her second free throw. So this one is off the back iron again, and the rebound comes down to Akila Smith. And it's now Charles who gets it across the timeline. Swung back over to Charles, but this pass is too high, and it's stolen by Pachia. And she takes it in, crosses over, gets into the paint, kicks it out. And this one is nearly stolen again by Alexander Hamilton. But Caparelli takes it into the paint and gets another deuce. And we now have a timeout from Coach Street as he wants to talk things over with his girls. So we'll be right back with Alexander Hamilton leading 11-6 with 3:01 left to go here in this first quarter. Back here as Alexander Hamilton inbounds the ball after the timeout from Coach Street. What do you think he wanted to talk about with this team in that timeout? I think he might have, you know, tried to maybe slow things down a bit. I mean, Rydneck went on a bit of a run there, so they got to figure out what changed between the beginning of the game and that couple possessions.
So as we get back into action, on the first possession for Alexander Hamilton after the timeout, they get the ball inside to Phoenix Harper, the freshman center, and she misses the first free throw. As Coach Street calls out some defensive instructions after the free throws. So Harper misses both free throws. This one looked like it was off the fingertips of Rydneck.
That's what I thought, but apparently.
But it looks like the referee called a foul, a push against Alexander Hamilton. And this is a miscue against Alexander Hamilton. And wide open was Geisha Boswell, and she takes it in for 2.
And she was all by herself in the entire half of the court. There was nobody there. Another miscue there.
So Alexander Hamilton, 2 straight turnovers. And it's now Boswell, or actually Murphy, Charlotte Murphy taking it in. And she's fouled, but it wasn't a shooting foul. It'll be Morgan Parker taking the ball out underneath. As Ryeneck has closed the gap and now down by 3 after the slow start.
And those were 2 pretty costly turnovers and miscues there from Alexander Hamilton.
So this one is passed in but stolen.
Another steal.
It was Akilah Smith on the steal. And Charles tried to get that one off the backboard. She missed. And this is another steal from Charles, as that was a bad pass, and Charles takes it in and gets it off the backboard.
She has been wreaking havoc on this offense.
Definitely.
All game.
And she gets nearly another steal, and she does get the steal, but out of bounds. But some more hellified defense from Alexa Charles.
I mean, she is really a problem right now for this Ryeneck offense.
So Ryeneck called an early timeout to get things under control, but Alexa Charles keeps applying pressure, but Ryeneck sneaks that one underneath off the inbound and gets 2 points. So Charles swings that one over to Gabby Brown as they try to find a crease, and this one is stolen by Caparelli. She passes this one up to Charlotte Murphy, and she cuts the Alexander Hamilton lead to 1 with 1:20 left to go here in this first quarter.
Another wide open lane to the hoop there from that turnover.
So this game looks like it's really going to be a defensive battle.
Yep,
As Phoenix Harper goes in for 2. But this is going to be a real defensive battle. And this is a bad pass, a good look, but off the mark, as Caparelli couldn't haul that one in from Pachia. But like I was saying, Tom, this is going to be a real defensive battle, as both teams' offense is really coming from their defense.
So, I mean, yeah, most of their points have come off turnovers, steals,
right,
or forced miscues and everything. I think both teams are going to have to, especially Ryeneck's going to have to play faster, with down court passes. With all the steals they began playing man.
And playing some good defense up top is Caparelli, and she uses her long arms to get her in the passing lane and make Alexander Hamilton think twice about what they're doing. And it ends up Ryeneck basketball, as this one is passed in to Caparelli. She moves up the sideline, dangerous, as she was in the trap zone. But this is a good pass underneath, but unable to be handled by Boswell. And we have a jump ball. And it'll be Alexander Hamilton basketball with 32 seconds left to go. So it's Nashley Charles getting the ball over the timeline. She swings it over to Daniela Rabaron. And this is a travel. It'll be Ryeneck basketball. So Alexander Hamilton really shooting themselves in the foot a number of times here in this first quarter. Yeah. As they still have a 3-point lead, but they could probably be up by a lot more.
That's right. I mean, there's another steal.
This missed layup. This one passed up. And this Maura Gabrielle, she finishes the layup, cuts the lead to 1. And with 3 seconds left to go, Alexander Hamilton tries to get a shot off, but doesn't. And they finish the quarter up 15-14. A very defensive-minded first quarter for both teams. Absolutely. As there was a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals.
A lot of steals, especially from Charles on Alexander Hamilton. She was just wrecking the Ryeneck offense with all these turnovers she's forced.
So as both teams talk things over with their bench, we'll be right back for the second quarter. So back here for the second quarter. Ryneck inbounds it as Morgan Parker passes it to Murphy. She gets into the lane, goes in for the layup, misses it off the front rim, and it's rebounded by Preston as she outlets it to Brown, who passes it to Ashley Charles. It's now Preston at the high post. She kicks it out to Brown. Ashley Charles goes in, makes a good move, tries to get it off the backboard, but doesn't. And this one rebounded by Ryneck, and the near travel. And Charlotte Murphy has it on the wing. She drives in the lane, loses control, and it's ruled Alexander Hamilton basketball.
And Ryneck might be rushing a little bit there. They've been having to score pretty much only on transition because they're having big problems trying to do anything against this defense when they're manned up.
And this is a foul, a moving screen called against Alexander Hamilton, so it'll be Ryneck basketball. Inbounded to Charlotte Murphy, back to Murphy, as obviously Coach Lincoln, they told their team that they need to move the ball, so they come out passing the ball. And this is a foul against Alexander Hamilton. It'll be Sophia Caparelli, the freshman guard, at the line shooting 2. So Caparelli, she looks like a real prospect as she's been an impact player here to start this game, just being a 9th grader.
Yeah, I mean, that's just playing against seniors and juniors and having that type of success, so she can only go up from here. She's got 3 more years to go, so who knows how high she can go.
Right. She has a lanky build, so she sticks with it. She can have a bright future as long as she continues to put in the work. And she makes the second free throw. And this game is now tied at 15 apiece, as she will have 1 more free throw attempt to try and take the lead for her team. And she makes it. So Ryneck has their first lead of the game, 16-15. 7 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, as Alexander Hamilton moves the ball around. And it's Ashley Charles who takes the shot and swishes it through.
Nice shot.
And regains the lead for her team. So you see a lot less dribbling from Ryneck.
A lot of quick passes, you know. The more you pass the ball, the quicker you pass the ball, the less you control the ball to get it stripped, like we saw a lot in the first quarter.
Right.
So definitely trying to avoid that.
So Ryneck trying to keep control of their turnovers. But right now, it's Ashley Charles at the line, shooting 2. Checking into the game for Morgan Parker is number 25, Carissa Pachia, another freshman. So 2 impact players for the Panthers as freshmen, as this was a near lane violation, and it was a lane violation against Caparelli.
Yeah, they're not going to miss that one. Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's a good sign for Ryneck that they got 2 impact players that are just freshmen going forward.
So Charles gets another shot, and she makes it. And Alexander Hamilton is back up by 3. So a bit of an interesting call there from the referee. I don't know if he called a kickball or a tripping foul.
I thought it was a kick ball, but I'm not sure. He definitely made a kicking motion, but I guess that could have also been a tripping motion.
And this is a foul against Alexander Hamilton. And it looks like it'll be Daisha Boswell at the line shooting 2. That foul was against Phoenix Harper. And we've been talking about the freshman for Ryneck. Alexander Hamilton has a number of freshmen on their roster as well. So they'll have a bright future moving forward.
That's right, yeah, that's a fair amount of freshmen there. Most of the team, almost, if you look at it.
And their #1 player right now, their impact player, Alexa Charles, is a freshman.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good sign for them as well. I mean, they continue to improve.
Right.
We've already seen a great performance tonight.
Right. So this one swung back over to Pachia. She puts up a 3 and swishes it home. And Rydneck takes a 1-point lead with 6 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. This one swung over to Ashley Charles. Back in the paint to Preston. Preston puts it up off the glass, gets her own rebound, puts it up and in. So way to follow her shot.
Yep.
As Ashley Preston gets on the board. And this is a traveling violation called against Rydneck. So it'll be Alexander Hamilton possession. I think in order for either team to pull away in this game, it's going to come down to taking care of the basketball.
Yep, we've definitely seen a lot of issues caused by turnovers. And Alexander Hamilton could definitely have had more of a lead than they did early on.
Right.
Both teams have shot themselves in the foot with turnovers a little bit.
So Caparelli takes it into the paint, and she gets 2 points. As the offense is really starting to pick up here in the second quarter.
Once they, started doing more quick passes and not dribbling as much, they've definitely been able to score a lot more than they have in the first quarter, for sure.
So Preston tries to make a pass underneath to Michaela Gary, but it sails out of bounds. And Caparelli takes this one into the paint. She's stripped, and it's the speed of Ashley Charles, and she tries to get the ball, but good hustle from Charlotte Murphy.
And she lost it as well. A lot going on here.
So a scramble for the ball. It ends up in the hands of Gabby Brown, and she gets the layup to put her team back up by 3. So this
3 or 4 people had that loose ball in the span of 2 seconds.
So Caparelli gets another bucket, and she's the leading scorer for her team. And the Panthers are now down by 1 once again. And a near steal, and it is a steal from Pachia. And she had an open shot, but she passed it to Caparelli, and she misses the short floater. This one is kicked out to Murphy. She sets up the offense. So the drive by Boswell ends up in a 2 and a Rydneck lead. So a bit of a back and forth second quarter here as both teams are easily getting into the paint and getting buckets. So it started off with defense, and now the defense is slowed up and is now offense as Alexander Hamilton gets into the paint. A good pass from Ashley Charles down to Ashley Preston, and she gets the and 1, and she'll try to convert the 3-point play.
Wasn't much they really do to stop that. I mean, she was positioned perfectly running to the hoop.
Preston puts it up and in off the backboard. So she converts the 3-point play. As Caparelli passes it to Murphy. Murphy looks for a lane, but she's being guarded by Daniela Rabaron. As the Panthers continue to swing the ball around, it's Caparelli again. She misses. And the rebound comes to Ashley Charles, and she dribbles through a number of defenders. She gets it back, looks to take a 3, and this 3-ball will be attempted by Ashley Preston, and she gets a 3-ball off the backboard.
You don't see centers shooting like that very often.
So maybe that might be her shot off the backboard. She did it on the free throw. She comes right back down and hits a 3. And the Lady Raiders are now up by 5 with 2:56 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll be right back after the timeout. So after the timeout from Coach Lincoln, we're back as Hamilton has a 5-point lead. The bank is definitely open for Ashley Preston. She gets a rebound, makes an outlet pass, but it's not able to be handled by Gabby Brown, and the 3-ball was up and missed off the front iron. But this one is shot and a miss from Boswell, and the rebound comes to Preston. And Ashley Charles gets it across the timeline as she swings it around the perimeter. A good pass into Ashley Preston. She makes a move, gets another one off the backboard, and the bank is still open, as that is definitely her shot.
Absolutely.
3 buckets in a row off the backboard.
I mean, didn't even look like she was looking at the backboard.
Right.
Banked it right in.
See, as guys, sometimes we overcomplicate the game. Yeah, that's her shot off the backboard, so.
Certainly been working well for her tonight, especially the last couple of possessions.
So Ashley Preston gives her team a 7-point lead with 2 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. And this is a crucial part of the ball game, as Alexander Hamilton either takes a double-digit lead going into halftime, or Rhinebeck keeps it close and within striking distance. And this is a trip against Ashley Charles, incidental, not on purpose, but it is a trip.
But they're definitely going to call that 9 out of 10 times, I think.
So checking into the game is Ashley Charles, or Alexa Charles, excuse me. So Alexa Charles tries to check in, but she'll have to wait until the free throw from Caparelli. And Caparelli sinks the first, and in comes Alexa Charles, as she's been everywhere all over the floor tonight. So let's see if Rhinebeck has a game plan to contain her.
You're gonna have to do something. I mean, she was definitely a huge part of this game early on, especially on the defensive end.
Right. So it's Alexa Charles. She gets it across the timeline, makes a pass as Alexander Hamilton swings it around the perimeter. A good pass down low from Ashley Preston into Alexa Charles. She misses, and this rebound is up and missed by Gabby Brown, but she'll have 2 free throws. And a good pass from the top of the key from Ashley Preston. And she got it underneath to Alexa Charles, and it ended up in a rebound and a putback attempt from Gabby Brown. She's at the line shooting 2, and she misses the first.
So you've seen Ashley Preston make some good rebounds, make some good plays under the rim. Certainly made some nice shots. Now she's, passing. She's, just like we said before, she's starting to get going now. And that could be a problem for Rhinebeck if they don't contain her in some way.
So Rhinebeck gets it across the timeline. And Charlotte Murphy tries to handle that pass after Pachia picked up her dribble. That one knocked out of bounds by Brown. And it's Caparelli, and she's called for a push-off. And it'll be Alexander Hamilton basketball with under 1:30 left to go here in this second quarter. So this one swung over, and a steal from Caparelli, and she'll have a lane to the hoop, and she takes it in for a layup and cuts the Alexander Hamilton lead to 5. So another big steal from Caparelli, and she's been keeping her team in the game, taking on the scoring load all night long.
That was a great job of anticipating that pass and cutting it off, and then nice finish in transition too.
So the rebound from Gabby Brown nearly drops in, and it's off the side of the rim. And it comes to Rhinebeck as Caparelli now has the ball. She takes it to the middle, makes a pass over to Pachia. She drives middle, goes up, misses off the backboard, unable to be controlled by Preston, and it goes right to Boswell, and she puts it up for 2. And the Alexander Hamilton lead is cut to 3. So a good push at the end of the half from Rhinebeck. is they're still within striking distance, and they want to get even further than that before the end of the half. And another steal as Caparelli runs. She is stripped from behind by Charles, and a jump ball is called, and it'll be Alexander Hamilton basketball. So another near steal from Alexa Charles, but nonetheless, she does get the turnover. And with 15.1 left to go, Alexander Hamilton can quite possibly have the last shot of the half. So it's Alexa Charles, she passes it to Preston, back to Charles, and she finds the cutter in Brown. Brown misses the layup, and this one sails out of bounds. And with 1.6 left to go on the clock, it's Alexander Hamilton's basketball. And this one will be passed underneath and tipped away, and still 0.8 left to go on the clock. So Ryeneck will have one shot, but too far, and the half is over as Charlotte Murphy holds the ball, and it's Alexander Hamilton up 34-31 at the end of the second quarter. And what did you see there in that first half, Tom?
Well, I think we saw great defense from Alexander Hamilton the whole game, very aggressive defense, kind of put Ryeneck in the hole early, but once they started getting into a more up-tempo, transition offense, I think they clawed back in it, so it's a close game now, just like we thought.
So after a back and forth first half, Alexander Hamilton up 34-31. We'll be right back for the third quarter. So we're back here for the second half as Morgan Parker inbounds to Charlotte Murphy. Back to Parker. She goes right and tries to get one off the glass, but she misses. And it comes down to Alexa Charles, and she had a big first half there, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, she was definitely one of the key players on both sides of the ball.
So she makes a cross-court pass to Nashley Charles, and Nashley gets that one blocked, and it's up to Charlotte Murphy. She takes it in and misses the layup, and the rebound comes down to Alexa Charles, and it's over to Gabby Brown. Back up top to Ashley Preston.
It was a great hustle play to get all the way down the court and defend that. It definitely wasn't a uncontested layup there.
So the foul against Charlotte Murphy on Alexa Charles. That's the first foul of the second half. And it's Alexa Charles inbounding to Nashley Charles. She makes a pass out to Gabby Brown, and this one is poked away and out of bounds. Good defensive play from Morgan Parker. Inbounded to Brown, back swung across the court, and a shot from Alexa Charles misses everything, and it'll be Ryeneck basketball. And just like they started the game, Alexander Hamilton is in a full court man-to-man, and this one is down and up, and a good shot from Morgan Parker as she cuts the Alexander Hamilton lead to just 1 point here to start this second half. This one passed into Preston, over to Charles. She tries to get a scoop layup, and she'll be at the line shooting 2 after she was fouled by Carissa Pachia.
It was a good look there and didn't convert the shot, but got a chance for 2 here anyway.
Yes, we've seen some good passing here from both teams, getting the ball into the paint. It's just all about finishing once they get there.
Yep.
So the first free throw is good from Alexa Charles, the 5'7" freshman guard. So coming into the game is Deja Boswell. She comes in for Carissa Pachia. And Charles sinks the second, and Alexander Hamilton is back up by 3. And this is a near steal from Nashley Charles, but a foul called. So still full court pressure being applied by Alexander Hamilton, and a good move, but a miss from Maura Gabrielle. But she showed the ball, she stepped through and took a nice shot.
Yep, another great move, but, you know, just didn't fall.
And this is a steal from Caparelli. And she makes a pass over to Charlotte Murphy, but she misses. And we've been talking a lot about Alexa Charles' defense. On the other end of the floor, it's been Caparelli playing some hellified defense as well.
Absolutely. Had some great plays on offense too, really playing great on both sides of the ball.
And a lot of the times, defense really leads to offense. You get steals, you're able to run, and a good look, but a bad pass. It should have been a bounce pass there from Caparelli. And it's stolen by Alexander Hamilton.
I mean, all game pretty much, a lot of points have come off turnovers and the transition that follows.
So it's Preston up at the top of the key. She swings it to Ashley Charles. And a good pass into Brown. Back into Preston. She takes a shot, but it's blocked by Gabrielle, and a travel against Caparelli. And Charlotte Murphy would have been off to the races.
Yep. Would have been another free fast break there, but travel ended that.
So 5:05 left to go here in this third quarter. Alexander Hamilton with the ball up by 5. This one is passed into Preston. Over to Phoenix Harper. She kicks it out and it's turned over. Caparelli shoots a quick little floater. Gets another bucket.
It was a nice shot in traffic there too.
Alexa Charles, she swings it into Phoenix Harper. Harper turns this one over, and she was looking for Preston.
Steal for her.
And this is a good block from Phoenix Harper. And she swatted that one away from Boswell. And Coach Harry Streep urges his team to make good passes. And this is a 3-ball up but miss by Ashley Charles. It was online, but off the back iron. So this one passed down to Nikina Mayhew. And the near turnover by Rhineck leads to Morgan Parker taking the ball out. She gets it in, and this one passed into Nikina Mayhew. And she's in the post. She passes it out to Caparelli. She makes a good pass down low, and another block from Phoenix Harper, but a foul called. And at the line, shooting 2 will be Daisha Boswell.
Seen a lot of good passing this quarter from Rhineck down low like that, but you gotta work on converting those a little better, and they'd be able to cut this lead down, maybe take the lead.
Right. So Boswell puts the first one up. It glances the rim. Second one off the front of the rim, over to Caparelli. She puts up a 3, misses, and the rebound comes to Alexander Hamilton. Akila Smith, she makes the outlet to Charles. Charles passes it to Charles. Up top to Preston. Preston passes it over to Charles. And this one passed in the corner over to Alexa Charles. And the rebound comes to Morgan Parker. So she passes this one down to Mayhew, and Mayhew is called for traveling. So I'm guessing Coach Hickey put Mayhew in to combat Preston.
I think you're absolutely right. She's got some good size too, and you know, maybe she can check Preston a little more. And another steal from Caparelli.
So Caparelli goes in and misses the layup. And a lot of times with young players, that left hand is one of their weaknesses. Yep. But I'm glad to see that she wasn't afraid to attempt it. Although she missed, she has a few years to get a lot better at that.
I mean, she's only a freshman, and we see how much she's impacted this game already.
Right. So after the missed layup, Coach Harry Streep wants a timeout from his team as he wants them to continue to move the ball a lot better than what they've been doing, finding better passing angles.
I mean, they've had some opportunities, especially, you know, last couple possessions, but they're not really converting as well as they would like to be.
I'm thinking that Coach Hickey is just telling her team to just keep up the pressure on defense. They're playing a 2-3, but a very aggressive 2-3. They're playing the passing lanes. So I'm pretty sure she's just reiterating what they're already doing. As they're only down by 3, they've been fighting to stay in this game.
Yep. I mean, they haven't scored, you know, they haven't converted a lot of opportunities the last couple possessions, but Alexander Hamilton really hasn't either because of their defense. So they're still in this, so they're probably, you're right, just, you know, tell them to keep cool and do what they've been doing.
So the defensive battle continues, and it's Alexander Hamilton basketball coming out of the timeout. As Coach Streep gives instructions to his point guard, Alexa Charles, as she swings this one over to Rambaron. This one passed into Preston. Up top to Preston, she takes a 3, tries to get it again off the backboard, misses. And Alexa Charles takes this one in. This one gives her a kind bounce. And Alexander Hamilton's lead is back up to 5 after the bucket from Alexa Charles. So from what I can see, Alexa Charles is in complete denial mode against Caparelli, as they know that that's been Rhinebeck's offense the entire game.
Yep, absolutely.
And this is a steal for Alexander Hamilton. This one swung back to Brown. And this is another near steal from Charlotte Murphy.
Great hustle play there, but couldn't keep hold of it.
As Gabby Brown makes a pass. This one is kicked out and a miss, but saved in by Alexa Charles. This one goes to Rhinebeck. It's now Caparelli on the attack, and she goes up and scores another bucket.
She went straight at the rim there, straight at 2 defenders, and finished perfectly.
And the referee stops play in order to let Gabby Brown tie her shoe. So Alexa Charles gets it across the timeline. The possession arrow is with Alexander Hamilton. So if there's no jump balls, they'll get the ball to start the 4th quarter. And coming into the game is Nashley Charles, and she'll be checking in for Daniela Rambaron. And this one passed in to Mayhew, back to Caparelli. She takes it to the hoop and misses a layup. That one just rolled out on her, but she's still in attack mode as she's been the entire game.
Yep. She's charging right at, right at the defenders, going right to the rim. Almost had that one too.
And as you can see, she is definitely one of the superior athletes on the floor.
Absolutely.
As this one is passed over to Nashley Charles, cross-court pass to Gabby Brown. She misses the 3, and this is an over-the-back call against Akila Smith. And it'll be Rhinebeck basketball with 40 seconds left to go here in this 3rd quarter. Inbounded to Charlotte Murphy. She takes it up the court, being guarded by Nashley Charles. She shoots, misses, but it's fouled. And she'll be at the line shooting 2 with 35 seconds left to go. Charlotte Murphy knocks down the first. Checking into the game is Rambaron for Nashley Charles. And it's now Alexa Charles with the ball.
2 big free throws there to cut that lead to 1, which is definitely what Rhinebeck needs to do to stay in there here.
So another good defensive play from Caparelli as she got her hand on that one and tipped it out of bounds. It nearly got tipped and then tipped off Alexander Hamilton's hands, but it didn't. So Gabby Brown at the top of the key, swung back to Alexa Charles. She shoots the floater, tries to get it off the glass, and she's fouled. And she'll be at the line shooting 2. So 1 for 2 for Alexa Charles. A 2-point lead for Alexander Hamilton. Charlotte Murphy gets it across the timeline. Over to Caparelli. She makes a pass to Morgan Parker. She drives middle, but another steal from Alexa Charles. And she is such a pesky defender. And she makes the pass, and it misses. The rebound comes to Caparelli. She tries to pass it up to Mayhew for the layup.
Almost.
But time runs out. And at the end of the third quarter, it's still a close one, with Alexander Hamilton leading 41-39. And we'll be right back for the fourth quarter. So the fourth quarter starts with Ashley Preston swinging this one over. She takes a 3 from the top of the key, and that one doesn't hit the backboard, but off the back of the rim. It's now Caparelli. She makes the pass to Murphy. Murphy goes up for the layup, misses, and the rebound comes to Ashley Preston. So swung over to Preston. Back to Charles. Preston takes the shot off the glass, and then
yet another bank shot for Ashley Preston.
Charlotte Murphy makes the pass to Morgan Parker. She shoots the floater, misses, and the rebound comes to Gabby Brown. So this is going to be an interesting fourth quarter. Alexander Hamilton up by 4.
Yeah, it's definitely been neck and neck for pretty much the end of the first quarter on.
And a good pass from Alexa Charles out to Rambaron, and she misses the shot. But it'll be Alexander Hamilton retaining possession as Alexa Charles looks to inbound. And she does into Rambaron. She passes it into Preston. Charles drives, she misses, and it doesn't hit anything, so that's a shot clock violation, and it'll be Rhinebeck basketball. So Rhinebeck was set up in a press break, but Alexander Hamilton decided to take their full court press back to half court, and it still ends up in a turnover. So it's Alexander Hamilton ball.
Yep.
And Rhinebeck could, although Alexander Hamilton has been turning the ball over, Rhinebeck has too, and they could definitely have a sizable lead.
Yeah, if they had cut down on their turnovers, they could have a lead as well.
And as we talk about turnovers, here's another turnover from Alexander Hamilton, as it's a backcourt violation. And it's Rydneck ball.
At this point, it looks like whatever team can turn the ball over less in this fourth quarter might be the one to come away with the win.
So this one passed to Charlotte Murphy. She passed it to Mayhew. And it's now Caparelli with the ball. Charlotte Murphy puts one up and off the back iron. And this one tipped out and to Murphy. And a good pass, but a miss from Gabrielle. And the rebound comes to Preston. And Alexander Hamilton is back on the attack. A good pass to Brown. And this is a kickball violation. And it'll be Alexander Hamilton ball.
And that's another missed opportunity for a fast break from Rydneck. Although, didn't totally have control of the ball, but.
Right. Would have been probably another layup for Caparelli.
That's what it was looking like.
So this one passed into Preston. Preston takes another shot. And guess what?
Off the glass again.
What's open, Tom?
The bank is open.
It's open. Cash money for Ashley Preston. Yeah, she has definitely been a game changer here. And Charlotte Murphy taking it into the paint. And good defense from Akila Smith. She stood her ground, kept her hands straight up, and wasn't called for a foul. And we now have a timeout called by Coach Carrie Hickey, as her team is down by 6 with 5:09 here to go in the fourth quarter. She wants to try to make a run so they can come away with the win. We'll be right back with LMC Varsity Sports. So after the timeout from Coach Hickey, she draws up an inbound play for her team. And it nearly works, as Mayhew was unable to control the pass. And it's now
another good look though.
Yeah. So it's now Morgan Parker trapped in the paint, or in the corner. As Mayhew passes it to Charlotte Murphy. She takes the shot and misses. And it comes. The rebound was by Akila Smith. And it's now Alexa Charles at the top of the key as they move the ball around. Back to Alexa Charles. She picks up her dribble over to Rambaron. And this is another steal from Rydneck. And another turnover from Alexander Hamilton as Charlotte Murphy takes this one in, and she is called for traveling. I thought it could have possibly been a jump ball.
I thought so too.
And she's called for traveling. And Alexander Hamilton gets possession.
Rydneck's getting their opportunities, but they're squandering some of them at the end there.
Right.
And they can't really be having that this late in the game with this type of deficit.
So another near turnover by Alexander Hamilton, but the scramble for the ball, and it comes right to Alexa Charles. She goes up for the shot and is fouled. So she'll be at the line shooting 2. With 4:04 left to go here, as Alexa Charles tries to expand the lead for her team. She knocks down the first, and in comes Nashley Charles for Rambaron. So the second is missed. And the rebound comes to Rydneck as Morgan Parker drives to the basket. She has an open layup. She takes it in and scores. And boy, did Rydneck need that.
They absolutely did. And they're gonna have to hope that gives them some momentum here.
So a good pass into the paint. Akila Smith had good position down in the paint, and she was fouled. And it looks like she didn't get the shot off in time, so they give her a spot underneath. Good cut from Ashley Preston. She gets into the paint, scores, and she was fouled. She'll be at the line shooting 1. And let's see if the bank is open again, Tom.
It might very well be.
As Alexander Hamilton is now up by 7. Ashley Preston looks to extend the lead to 8, excuse me. And this one is off the back iron. She tries to get it off the glass, misses, puts that one up off the glass, misses. And this one comes to Caparelli up to Murphy. She takes it to the hoop and scores. And she keeps riding that within striking distance.
They definitely needed that one too. I mean, that could have been another steal.
So another steal from Caparelli. She takes it in, and it bounces off of her leg and out of bounds. And it'll be Alexander Hamilton basketball. So another timeout call from Coach Hickey as she wants to talk things over with her team. Down 48-43 with 3:09 left to go here in the 4th quarter. So after the timeout from Coach Hickey, it's Alexander Hamilton basketball. And this one is another steal by Caparelli. There was some miscommunication. This one is into Charlotte Murphy. She makes the strong layup. And Ryneck cuts the lead to 3. Under 3 minutes left to go.
Easy.
Not at all, Tom.
Some big, big defensive plays keeping them in this game here.
The bank is still open, Tom. Ashley
They're
Preston.
open extra hours tonight, it seems.
Yep.
That's another big and 1 play.
So a big basket from Ashley Preston. She's at the line shooting 1 to try and get the 3-point play. She's had a huge game. And she knocks this one down. A swish this time.
And they have no answer for her at this point late in this game. She's really keeping them ahead despite Ryneck fighting back hard.
So a cross-court pass. Swish from Pachia. And she makes a big shot. And the intensity is really picking up as we're getting close to the 2-minute mark. And a good Euro step from Charles, but she misses. But a foul against Morgan Parker. And Ryneck is in the penalty. So at the line shooting 2 is Akila Smith, the senior forward. She misses the first. So after the first free throw, Coach Streep calls a timeout in order to give his team some instructions, I'm pretty sure for defense, in order to slow down the Ryneck attack. So what are you looking for to see out of this timeout, Tom, from both teams?
Well, I think Ryneck's gonna try and figure out how to get back on the attack as they have been, maybe convert a little more than they have been. I mean, that's the reason they, had they made a couple more baskets, this could be a very different score right now. And Alexander Hamilton just got to keep playing the tenacious defense they've been playing and try and hold this lead. I would keep giving the ball to Ashley Preston, if we're being honest. They really haven't stopped her that much in this 4th quarter.
So after the short 30-second timeout, it'll be Smith at the line shooting 1 as the visiting Lady Raiders are up by 4 with 2:20 here to go in the 4th quarter. So another miss from Smith. The rebound comes to Ryneck, and a substitution for Ryneck as Mayhew is back in the game to combat Preston. And to the rack is Caparelli, and she scores, cutting the Alexander Hamilton lead to 2 with 2 minutes left to go here in this 4th quarter.
She's just been in attack mode the whole game. Doesn't care who's in the way when she's going to the rim.
And 1 from Pachia, and she takes it into the chest of Ashley Preston. And Pachia.
And that is a big, big play.
A huge play as Pachia tries to give her team the lead with 1:47 left to go. So the intensity picking up. And checking into the game is Phoenix Harper, And she comes in for Akila Smith. And this shot is off the back iron, and the rebound comes down to Preston. And a pass up to Nashley Charles. She goes in, and it's called for traveling. And it'll be Rhinebeck basketball. So Coach Street elects to go with the full court press. And Coach Hickey notices that, and she calls another timeout in order to get her team set up so they can break this press. We'll be right back with 1:40 left to go here in this fourth quarter. So back here, as Rhinebeck tries to inbound this ball, it's into Mayhew. Mayhew makes the pass, and up to Charlotte Murphy, and Nashley Charles is called for a foul. And this one will be taken out on the side, as the Lady Raiders are not in the penalty just yet. So this one is into Charlotte Murphy. She passes it down to Mayhew. Mayhew takes the hook and misses. This one is saved into Caparelli. She puts up a three, misses. Good hustle from Mayhew, and she is called out of bounds. I couldn't quite see it there.
I'm not sure if I agree with that one.
But the referee rules that she dribbled it out of bounds. It's Alexander Hamilton basketball. And this one is up and missed. And the rebound comes to Pachia. She dribbles down the court. This is Caparelli with the ball. She's being heckled. And the steal from Charles. And this will be ruled Alexander Hamilton basketball. Another pesky defensive play from Alexa Charles. Rules that one a backcourt violation. I'm not sure about that one either.
Yep, that could have been a little questionable as well. Sure, Rhinebeck's not complaining though.
And this one is another turnover from Rhinebeck, as neither team can hold on to the ball. And it's Alexander Hamilton basketball. Up top, Rambaron. She looks for a passing angle. Up to Gabby Brown. And this is a pass, a dangerous pass, and now it's down low to Preston. And she's blocked by Mayhew.
Great block.
The only one on the court big enough to contest her.
And that was a good decision by coach to put her in.
So Mayhew gets the block. Rhinebeck gets the ball. And with 35 seconds left to go, someone is going to try to win this ball game. It's now a fast break, and it's past to Mayhew. She goes up for two and scores. And Rhinebeck has the lead late here in the fourth quarter after trailing for most of the game and most of the second half. So with 26.4 left to go, Rhinebeck up 53-51. We'll be right back for the final 26. Back here in the fourth quarter. They put 2 more seconds back up on the clock. And it's Rambaron on the left wing, and she passes it to Alexa Charles. She goes up for the floater, misses, gets it back, misses, but it's fouled. And 18 seconds left. Alexa Charles is at the line shooting 2. And the pressure is on, and she's had a big game. But right now it's winning time, Tom.
Yep, these are some crunch time free throws here.
Knocks down the first. She'll have one more. So Charles, cold-blooded free throws there And she knocks down 2 to tie up this game. And with 15 seconds left to go, Charlotte Murphy passes it to Caparelli. She drives to the paint. And this one is nearly stolen. A near steal from Alexa Charles, but the timeout call from Coach Hickey. And I believe that's Rynek's last timeout with 8 seconds left to go. And this is going to be an interesting sequence of events here to end this game, or possibly going to overtime. So back here with 8 seconds left to go, 53-53, Rynek basketball. As Caparelli tries to get the ball, and it's Charlotte Murphy, she makes the pass into Mayhew, and Mayhew is fouled. And Alexander Hamilton is not yet in the penalty, so it'll be taken out on the side with 6.7 left to go. So Charlotte Murphy looks to inbound, and I'm pretty sure they want to get it to Caparelli, and she's been the go-to player the entire game.
That's what I'd be doing if I was the coach at this point.
So Coach Street calls his timeout.
But you know Alexander Hamilton knows that too, so.
Right. And see, a lot of the times, coaches, they go to their secondary option in order to take the final shot. As if anyone's seen the other day with Cam Reddish for Duke hitting the shot when R.J. Barrett was hot. So we'll see what happens here. As Caparelli has the ball, she passes it, and this shot is up. And Mayhew gets the rebound, misses, the layup goes up. And she misses. And we'll be going to overtime, 53-53. Mayhew had a chance to win it there for her team. She couldn't finish. So we'll be right back with overtime basketball here at Rynek High School. Overtime basketball here at Rynek High School, tied up at 53 apiece. And taking the tip is Phoenix Harper against Makina Mayhew. And it's Mayhew who wins the tip. It comes to Morgan Parker, and she makes the pass to Charlotte Murphy. And the referee claims that she didn't get her feet established across the timeline, and it'll be a backcourt violation against Rynek.
I don't know if that's really the type of calls you need to be making at this point in the game, but I guess that's
it was close.
Something, yeah.
So there's 4 minutes in this overtime period. As Charles takes this one in, she's blocked. This one passed out and ran down by Charlotte Murphy. She tries to put it up, and the rebound comes to Gabby Brown. And she makes the outlet pass to Alexa Charles. And Charles sets things up for her team. And this one controlled by Rambaran. And she's tied up, and it's still for Rynek, and Charlotte Murphy is fouled. Another big steal from Sophia Caparelli. And she has been an absolute pest the entire game, playing the passing lanes, active hands, and she's made a lot of big plays for her team.
Absolutely, on both sides of the ball. She's been relentless on the offensive side too.
So Charlotte Murphy takes the shot, misses the first. Knocks down the second. And some full court pressure applied by Caparelli. This one is passed into Phoenix Harper. A pump fake from Brown. She goes up and is fouled. And she'll be at the line shooting 2, down by 1 with 2:55 here to go in overtime. First one off the mark for Brown. second one misses, but the rebound comes to Ashley Preston, and she's fouled by Mayhew, and she'll be at the line shooting 2. First one good for Preston. And the second one is off the mark. So we're tied up again at 54. And it's Caparelli, she passes it up to Murphy. Murphy goes in for the layup, misses, and it's tipped out of bounds by Hamilton. And it's Rhinebeck basketball, Morgan Parker inbounding. She makes the pass to Caparelli. She shoots a free throw line jumper, misses, and Preston hauls in the rebound.
Rhinebeck needs to do a better job of converting these shots. They had a couple chances to win it at the end of regulation, but didn't get it to fall.
So a good shot off the backboard for Alexa Charles, and a turnover by Rhinebeck. Gives the ball back to Alexander Hamilton. And this one passed up to Alexa Charles, back to Ashley Preston, as she surveys the defense over to Brown. Brown takes a shot, a huge shot from Gabby Brown, and she knocks it down. And this one passed up to Mayhew, and she attacks the basket, goes into the chest of Preston, misses, nearly traveled, and this one is blocked by Harper. And in control with under 2 minutes left to go is Alexander Hamilton, up by 4. This one passed right back to Alexa Charles. Down low to Phoenix Harper. She makes the pass into Charles. Charles misses. Rambaron gets it blocked. And Charlotte Murphy is off to the races, being chased down by Rambaron. And Murphy finishes.
They needed that one.
Definitely.
Bad.
So Alexa Charles passes it around the wing, back to Preston, over to Charles. She makes the pass down low to Harper. She takes the shot, but it's blocked by Mayhew.
Great block from Mayhew.
Mayhew has been a huge difference maker here in this game. And Charlotte Murphy takes it in and gets the and one. She ties it up at 58 apiece, 46.8 left to go. And she tries to give her team the lead with the 3-point play.
It's another huge transition play from a great defensive play. You've seen stuff like that all game. Great block from Mayhew. Allow them to get out and run.
So a timeout call from Coach Harry Street as he urges his team to not waste any time. And we'll be right back with a free throw from Charlotte Murphy as she tries to give her team the lead. Charlotte Murphy misses the free throw, and the fight for the rebound ends up in a jump ball. And the possession arrow is with Alexander Hamilton, and with 45.7 left to go. One of these teams wants to come away with the victory, and an unforced turnover by Alexander Hamilton. And the ball is back with the Panthers. This one passed into Mayhew. Mayhew looks to make a move. She dribbles. She spins, passes it out to Parker. Parker goes up for the shot, misses. And the rebound is off the hands of Preston. And possession will remain with Rhinebeck.
And that clock is dwindling down.
And a steal from Alexa Charles. And she does it again, goes in for the layup and scores with under 25 to go. Mayhew takes it in, spins, takes a big shot and scores. 14.3 to go. 60 apiece. And Alexa Charles has the ball. She makes a pass to Preston. Preston misses. Up to Charles. Charles misses. And the rebound to Brown. And she misses. And we'll be going into another overtime. 60 apiece.
Neither team wants to let this one go.
And Alexander Hamilton had a few chances to take the win.
Just as Rydneck did at the end of regulation, and neither team was able to capitalize.
So Hamilton unable to convert. So we'll be going into double overtime where we come back with LMC Varsity Sports. So the second overtime, we start off with another jump ball. And the tip is won by Mayhew. It comes to Murphy. And a steal from Alexa Charles, and she takes it in for the layup. Misses, but it's fouled by Charlotte Murphy. And she'll be at the line shooting 2. So another 4-minute overtime as we're tied at 60 apiece here in this girls basketball matchup. For 2 for Charles. Rydneck grabs the rebound. They try to get it across court, but a pocket pick from Alexa Charles.
Costly turnover there, once again.
This one into Mayhew, up to Murphy. Murphy goes up for the layup, misses. Rebound comes down to Mayhew, out to Charlotte Murphy. She shoots, misses. Rebound to more Gabrielle, and she scores and ties this game up at 62. And another turnover from Alexander Hamilton as the ball sails out of bounds. And a foul against Alexa Charles as she reached in on Caparelli.
And we said earlier in this game, whatever team was able to turn the ball over less at the end of this game was going to be the one that would come away with the win. And it seems like that's still going to be the case.
Yep, because they both turn it over about equal. So that's why we're at the point we are right now.
Double OT. And
Caparelli knocks down the first. Misses the second. Mayhew gets the rebound, tries to put it up, it rolls around the rim and out. But she'll be at the line shooting 2 as she tries to extend her team's lead late here in this second overtime period.
that could have been a huge play had that fallen too. But regardless.
So I believe Phoenix Harper just fouled out of the game. And in comes Michaela Gary as Mayhew takes the shot, swishes it home, and gives her team a 64-62 lead. Second free throw missed, but unable to be saved. As Charles tried to hustle for that one, she couldn't get to it.
This could be a big possession for Rydneck if they could take a 4-point lead, which we haven't seen really since the fourth quarter at all.
So Rydneck is rarely led in this game. If they have led, it's been by a very small margin, and this one is stripped away by Alexa Charles, as her hands are very, very on point.
Yep.
And this one passed into Mayhew, a good pass, and the missed layup by Gabrielle, and the outlet pass to Brown, and she takes it in, and she's stopped by Charlotte Murphy, and Alexa Charles goes in for the layup, misses, and Rhinebeck will take possession. Into Murphy. She gets it across the timeline. And Murphy is stripped by Alexa Charles, and she is just amazing.
Took that one right away.
It's like her hands are so quick, like you don't even see it coming. And this is going to be a travel, or actually a push. But the hands of Alexa Charles are just magnificent. And she swipes another one away and ties this game at 64.
She's been doing that all night long, too.
Murphy knocks that one down. Rebound from Mayhew. Extends the Rhinebeck lead by 3. That was a big basket, Tom.
That was a big basket. Great finish in traffic there.
Three ball attempted by Gabby Brown. Rolls off the rim. And a foul. And I believe it'll be Mayhew at the line shooting 2. And on her last trip to the line, she went 1 for 2 with good form. So let's see if she can knock these down and give her team an advantage here in this second overtime period. Knocks down the first. Good follow through, good rotation. Knocks down the second.
This is a rare 5-point lead at this point, which we haven't seen at all in either overtime period. It's been pretty much tied or a 2-point difference.
Over to Rambaron, back to Charles. And this one is stolen by Mayhew. Steal by none other than Alexa Charles, and she takes it in, Euro steps, and it's fouled with 1:39 here to go in this second overtime. Alexa Charles tries to keep her team in the game here, as it's a 2-possession game. And she misses the first. Charles knocks down the second, 69-65. And wide open is Gabrielle. She goes in for the layup, scores. A big miscommunication by Alexander Hamilton.
Wide open. That was just a free 2 points.
And a good pass into Brown, and she's blocked by Mayhew. Blocked again by Mayhew. But Mayhew called for the foul as she came down. If she would have kept her hand straight up, she would have got away with that.
And Mayhew's been making some good defensive plays down there, especially this overtime period with the rebounds and the blocks.
Most definitely. She's been a huge difference maker. She slowed down Ashley Preston.
Absolutely.
As well as got her own offensive game going. Yep. And she's the one that forced the first overtime. And she's been making some plays here throughout this second half. So 2 misses at the free throw line from Gabby Brown.
Now you with the rebound again.
And Morgan Parker turns that one over. When it comes to Mayhew, and she makes the pass up to Murphy. But Murphy tries to slow it down, and she fouls Alexa Charles. And that is not a good sign for Alexander Hamilton. As Alexa Charles looks like she's holding her ankle. So we'll be right back as we take an injury timeout. So after the injury to Alexa Charles, we are back and she's at the free throw line with 1:04 left to go. She misses the first. Rhinebeck leading 71-65. And a number of free throws missed here in this second overtime by Alexander Hamilton. This one pass to Brown. Brown loses it out of bounds. And full court pressure will be applied. And wide open is Gabrielle, and she takes it to the basket, and she's stripped by none other than Alexa Charles.
And even with that, whatever, it looked like an ankle injury, she's still out here hustling and playing that same ferocious defense.
Right. So with 50 seconds left to go, Rhinebeck has a 6-point lead. We'll be right back after the timeout. So the shot taken by Gabby Brown misses. And with 39.9 to go, Rhinebeck still leading by 6 points. This one passed up ahead to Gabrielle, and she is fouled by Gary. So more Gabrielle, the sophomore forward at the line. She misses the first. Coach Hickey tells her to use her legs in order to get some lift on her free throw. She does use her legs. A lot is good. And she takes it to the bank. This one passed over to Brown. Back to Alexa Charles. And Brown goes up for the shot. Misses. When it comes to Charlotte Murphy, she tries to get it across the timeline. She does. Over to Morgan Parker. And it looks like they're just going to dribble this one out. And Rhinebeck is going to come away with a 7-point lead as the time ticks away. A hard-fought game from both teams.
Absolutely. Rhinebeck was down most of the game. Ended up coming back, winning by 7. Some big plays in crunch time, both these overtime periods.
So a big game from Sophia Caparelli as well as Nikina Mayhew as Rhinebeck comes away with the victory. We'll be right back with the post-game report. Elijah Ware here with Sophia Caparelli. And Sophia, you ladies came away with a huge victory in double overtime. How did that make you feel coming out with the win after such a hard-fought game?
Oh yeah, well last time we played Hamilton, we beat them, and this time we were trying to like really keep it together because they could come back, they can come back and like we don't know like how good they're gonna be, so we were just trying to keep it together as a team, try and keep our heads up and try and keep pushing it to winning.
So on the defensive end, you played a huge role and you turned a lot of defensive plays into offense. How were you able to do that? What were you seeing out there on the floor in order to make such big plays throughout the game?
Well, I kind of had long arms, so I was just trying to really get my arms out to like try and block it. So if fast, I was trying to get my arm down to like try and take it and go in for the layup down low.
And you're just a freshman, so moving forward, what do you think you have to work on in order to take your game to the next level?
I think we need to like get the team more energized, and we need to stay together as a team and make sure that we always keep a good fight in every game. Make sure we always stick with the plays and listen to our coach and really keep it up the good work.
I'm Tom Sacco here with Coach Hickey, and it's a crazy game. You guys were down a couple pieces, including a head coach. So how was that, coming in, no head coach yet? Is that extra responsibility for you, extra pressure at all?
The kids really make it easy. Honestly, one of the things I love about being in this school district, the kids come to play every single day, and they have fun with it. I mean, you can see them out in the court. They had so much fun out there tonight. Coach is down, they're in the locker room, they're understanding that we're here to get to work and get a win for him, that he's not here.
So it seemed the offense kind of meshed together as the game went on. There were a couple of timeouts that you called that ended up, they came out scoring in bunches after that. What type of adjustment did you have to make?
I just kept pressuring them to be aggressive. I mean, playing outside of our comfort zone, that's a very physical team that we were playing against, and just being able to match that physicality is huge. We had girls diving on the floor, we had girls going for loose steals. It was really incredible to watch.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a lot of big defensive plays on both sides. So where do you go from here? What do you think you guys need to work on in the future in order to improve further?
I was telling the girls at halftime, our defense made our offense today. We got a lot of our baskets on the defensive end because we were so aggressive. I think the next component is just putting everything together on offense. Elijah
Ware here with Tom Sacco for the post-game show. And Tom, it was a crazy game. Ryanek got the victory, 72-65 in double overtime. A big performance from Sophia Caparelli, as well as Nikina Mayhew. They played a huge role in their game. And on the other side, Alexa Charles as well as Ashley Preston had big games, but Ryanek comes away with the victory.
Yeah, I mean, as Coach said a couple minutes ago, their defense really did create their offense the whole game. There was a lot of defensive, huge plays. It was a defensive struggle the whole game. Ryanek did a great job battling back. They were trailing most of the game and ended up coming away with the win.
So Ryanek improves to 5-7 on the season after they get the win here tonight. I'm Elijah Ware here with Tom Sacco, and we're LMC Varsity Sports.